Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at the Epos 3501DD. I would imagine the DD is acronym for day date. Specific model number for this is 3501.142.20.95.30. I'll leave a link to this watch in the description below. The price for this watch is $1,474 US dollars. Not sure how they came up with that exact number. Must be a conversion of Swiss francs or something else. But anyway, I've enjoyed my time with this watch. It really reminds me of a Rolex. I don't know if it's with the way that the date window or in the day window is boxed in or what, but it reminds me of a higher quality watch than the price would indicate on this one. And $1,500 approximately isn't that terribly expensive for a day date watch. So you can see it's a mixture of brushed and polished surfaces. Has a real nice 5-link bracelet. So it feels high quality. It does have a flat sapphire crystal with a lacquered dial. And the hands are applied, and it is hand-filled lume. So let's zoom in here and take a closer look at the dial. Hopefully the camera will focus here. There we go. See, a hand-applied indices. The dial is just wonderful looking. Nice dark black dial here. So the brand name is printed on here, as well as Switzerland and automatic. And at 6 o'clock here, you see it says Swiss made. Minute track is printed on as well. It would help if I had the crown pushed in. Now you can see the second hand moving. There we go. So yeah, it is a push-pull crown. It's not screw down. It is good for 100-meter water resistance. It is hand windable and hacking, as you just saw there. See, hacking, the second hand's not moving. This is a large crown. We'll go over the dimensions here in a moment. I really like how this crown is machined. Looks very nice. And that would be an E there. Let's see. There we go. Lowercase e. Sorry, I'm using a different camera. Seeing if how well it's focusing here. Looks like it's doing okay. This one does have some optical zoom, so the macro shots should be a little better quality. So there we go. Let's zoom back out. On the website it says it's a sunray black dial, but I'm not really seeing any sunray effect. Let me know if you're seeing a sunray effect to it. Maybe it's a misprint. It definitely does look like a lacquered dial though. Okay, so the movement in this watch, it is a Swiss movement. It is a Solita SW240 movement, which is based on the SW200. So you get 38 hours of power reserve, 8 beats per second, hand winding, as I discussed, just hacking. And you can see the movement on the display case back here. The rear crystal, I believe, is a mineral crystal, which is totally fine. You're be very hard pressed to scratch the crystal on the back here. So let's take a closer look. At the case back, so stainless steel sapphire. That would be the front crystal. There's a model number. Water resistant, Swiss made stainless steel. So yes, this is 316L stainless steel, 10 ATM water resistant, which is 100 meters. And you can see the solid end links and solid links here. The clasp is a little bit of a disappointment. It looks to be a stamped clasp, which isn't a big deal. It does have some nice finishing to it. It's brushed. One of my issues is the micro adjust. It only has 3 micro adjustment holes, but it looks like it has room for at least 2 more, maybe even 3 more micro adjustment. So not sure what that is about. This is in the tightest hole position right now. You can see there's still some space in there. Other than that, it works fine. Dual pushers. You don't need a safety clasp for this. So yeah, that works well. So the watch is mostly brushed, mostly brushed on the side, brushed on the top, polished chamfer, polished bezel, and then the center links of the bracelet are polished. Overall, I think it's a very good looking watch. It looks large on my wrist. It looks larger than the size indicates. I'm not sure if it's just that pure black dial or the smaller bezel. I really don't know what it is about this watch, but it looks a lot larger than the dimensions would indicate. And one other thing I wanted to note is the movement does look a little small in there, but it's still nice to see the movement. Okay, let's talk about the dimensions. Then we'll go to the wrist shot, and then we'll check out the lume on this watch. Let me know what you guys think of day-date watches in general. My number one choice would be no date. I like the symmetry of a no date and the simplicity of just a time-only watch, but these are neat as well. Okay, the dimensions are 49.2 lug to lug. Diameter is 41 millimeter diameter. Thickness is actually fairly thin at 10.8 millimeter thickness. 20 millimeter lug width. And this bracelet does taper, but it only tapers from 20 down to 18. I'd like to see it taper down to 16, and the fit is good on the wrist with this watch, but it'd be made even better with more taper to the bracelet. And this portion of the clasp is milled, and then this part here is stamped. Okay, the crown size. Yes, the crown is quite large on this, which I don't mind. I think it looks okay. I think it looks good. Maybe it's a little thinner in this dimension here, but the diameter, the larger diameter, I don't mind. I think it looks pretty good. That is a 7.7 millimeter crown, which is larger than the crown on my SKX dive watch. This is a 7 millimeter crown. And 132 grams size for my 6.5 inch wrist. So here's a look at this watch compared to my SKX 41 millimeter diameter compared to 42.5 on the SKX. And the SKX does have a similar style bracelet, not quite nicely as made though. Not made as nice as the Epos bracelet. Okay, let's get this on wrist. So I think you'll agree it looks a little large on my 6.5 inch wrist, 52 millimeter wristband. And again, this is 49 millimeter lug to lug. But it is nice and thin. So it definitely would make a nice everyday watch, office watch. It's even dressy looking too. So I mean, you can wear this for almost anything. All right, let's take a look at the Lume. We'll compare it to the SKX. All right, here's a look at the Lume. The SKX, of course, is brighter, as you would expect. The Lume on the Epos is not too bad for what it is. It's not a dive watch or anything, but yeah, I think the Lume looks pretty good on it. It's more of a blue color than the greenish color of the Seiko Lume Bright. But overall, it's not too bad. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it, and it really helps me out. Also, like the video if you liked it. And as always, thank you for your time, and thank you for watching.